Welcome back to another episode of Sequoia Fund Live. I'm your host, Russ Siegel, Executive Director of the Sequoia Fund. Today, I have with me Hope Husky, Tanya Carroll, and Tara Mccoy. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Kananesgi art market. And this is an exciting art market. It's a little bit different this year from what you might be used to. And so we want to talk about what is the art market, what is the history of the art market, and how can you view all of the amazing products in this year's art market. So, good morning, ladies. How are y'all doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. We're good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for joining me. I know we have a lot to talk about, and first wanted to get a little 30,000-foot view of the art market. So can you tell us a little bit about the history of the art market, how it began, and how we got to where we are now thanks to COVID?
Hi. Yes. We started back in 2016. That was our first year, and we mainly highlighted the potters. One of the reasons that we started was I wanted to get the artists out there and to help do workshops with them to teach them how to engage with their customers, how to talk about the art, and just how to advertise themselves. And I also wanted to get Cherokee art out in the nation. And so I went and talked with Hope, and we had I asked if she could help. And Tanya, she's always good about coming and helping with the things, ideas that we have. And I appreciate both of them because it's really grown. This is our fourth year. This year's going a little different because of the virus. And so we're doing a virtual art show. And Tanya and Hope have done a lot of work with that. I'm not very techno savvy, so they've done a lot of work with that. And it's just another way to get our artists engaged and to make a little income for Christmas.
So you three are actually pretty dangerous together. You get a lot done for such a small team, but you don't really have to be tech savvy. You've put together a pretty good team of people who know how to do certain things and bring certain skill sets to the table. So let's talk first about how this is all coming together. I know that there are a lot of partners and sponsors involved in this. It is bigger than just you three, even though you three are right out front. So tell us who's involved in this beyond just you three.
Yeah. So first, I think one of the most important thank yous is to the Cherokee Preservation Foundation. Since the beginning of us holding these art markets, they have supported us financially. And so it's really because of them that we have the funds able to do things like this. And this year we also got some funding from the North Carolina Arts Council. We applied for a grant through the Jackson County Arts Council. So both of those organizations have also supported us financially. And we've also had a lot of support from the tribe. And one of the tech aspects that we're able to cover this year is all because of our tribal communications department. So that whole team has worked really closely with us to try to get things up and moving. Sequoia Fund, of course, we have a website because of Sequoia Fund. They help businesses, but they're also kind of around to help nonprofits and to help different organizations in the Cherokee community who are trying to accomplish something and sort of grow what we're doing and grow the business of artists in Cherokee. Then we also kind of brought in a couple of independent business owners. Raven's Eye Media, which is owned by Bear Allison. He has done all of our filming, all of the work that you'll actually see was kind of done by him. And then, of course, the organization that Tanya and Tara work with, Ray Kinson Leadership Institute, has always been extremely supportive of the work that we are doing. Their leadership programs are able to help us out whenever we need assistance. The Cherokee Youth Council, Jones Bowman, and Right Path programs. So yeah, lots of help for sure. We're very appreciative of it.
So let's talk about the format itself. What are people going to experience this year? How are they going to get to the art market? It's not like they can just drive down to the fairgrounds as they've done before. They're going to do it in a different way. What can they expect, and what will they see?
So this year, of course, because of COVID-19, and we wanted to follow all the safety precautions, but instead of canceling, we wanted to try to do something for the artists, because all of the in-person events have been canceled this year. And that has, affected not only their income, but I think it might have stifled their creativity a little bit with their artwork. And so what people are going to see when they go to Kananesgi.com is our videos of the actual artist talking about their artwork that is going to be for sale on the website. And we did all of this without any idea of how it was going to turn out. And one of my favorite parts of this process was being able to work with the artist one-on-one to help them be more comfortable on camera, because that isn't something that a lot of them were used to. And so we offered some training and were able to work with them so that they could be successful on video, because that's different, than the in-person art shows that they're used to participating in. So they were able to talk about their work, explain, their inspiration, their process, who they learned from, how long it actually takes to make a piece of artwork, because a lot of people don't have that knowledge or understand the time and the work and that's put into these individual pieces of artwork. So people are actually going to get to see that and hear that directly from the artist. Then they're able to go to the website and actually look at the pieces of artwork that are for sale and purchase those items, which will then be shipped to them following the airing of the art market December 4th through 6th.
So you're going to be able to access this online. The website, now let's go ahead and put the website up there so folks can see this. And I know that there are going to be some questions. People may not know what Kananesgi means. So tell us a little bit about the meaning of that, why it's significant for the art market. And then we're gonna talk about some specifics in terms of the artists themselves.
Yes, so Kananesgi in the Cherokee language means spider, and the spider that represents elaborate, creative webs that she spins. And so we thought it would be a good way to represent our artists, because they have a lot of creativity, and we just paying respect to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think we have this year, is it 21 artists participating? Yes. So talk to us about the types of art we're going to see at the art market this year.
Okay, so we have 21 artists. We have all types of mediums. We have baskets, shell work. We have pottery, leather work, copper work, silver work. We also have photography, carving, textiles, and some fabric dolls. So a lot of work represented, and they're really beautiful items. Got to see what everyone brought in, and just some amazing artists, some amazing artwork.
And whether these are traditional mediums or more modern mediums, everything has a Cherokee flavor to it. It has a Cherokee influence. Can you talk to us about some of the more modern types of art that we're going to see? I know you mentioned photography, and what are some of the things that we're going to see there that might be a little bit different from what people might think of when they think of Cherokee art?
I'm trying to go back to. We have some leather work from Marvel Welch. She has some leather belts that she created and brought that in. Some amazing work there. We have silver work from Antonio Grant, who works in silver and turquoise. Some nice jewelry. I don't think a lot of people think that Cherokees are known for silver work, but we are, and I'm glad that we have some representation there. Hope, Tanya, do you guys have any people on Medium that people do?
Yeah, so I was really excited to see Jarrett Wildcat brought in some of his bags that he makes. He actually I guess it's twining. So he uses natural fibers, and he has these beautiful bright colors. So it's a very traditional way to make a container that would carry something, but with these bright colors, it looks so contemporary and modern. So I was super excited to see those. And then just the number of baskets we have, I think is really impressive. And we have some pretty well-known basket makers who've contributed to this art market. Louise Goins and a couple members of her family, Lauren and George. And then we have Mary Thompson and Betty Maney, Gabe Crow. So you'll be able to see all these great like Cherokee historical basket designs. We have a few that are even double weave river cane, which is kind of exciting. And I think it's important to say that it's all different price points as well. Our artists are really good at being able to make their art accessible to a lot of different markets. So we have some lower priced items, and then we also have some higher end products as well.
So you don't have to just be a collector to get a lot out of this art market. You mentioned some of the artists, and people will recognize a lot of the artists who are participating in this art market. Who are some of the other names that people might recognize?
Great. So I can answer that. One thing that I really appreciated about this whole process, we opened it up to all enrolled member artists of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, and the variety of artwork that we got really just happened organically. And a lot of the artists are multimedia artists. So we have Mary Thompson and Betty Maney, who are sisters, but they work in pottery, they work in basket making, shell carving. And so you'll get a variety from even just one of the artists. We have Butch Goings, who is actually Louise's husband, and he does wood carving and stone carving. So he's also one of our featured artists at the art market. And then, let's see, Letitia George is an up-and-coming artist, and she does beadwork and photography. And so I really appreciate that, not only are the artists that are participating, they have a variety of work themselves. Our very own Tara Mccoy, who is a co-organizer, submitted work, and she does pottery, shell carving, and I think she has some textile finger weaving in the show as well. So it really is a wide range of not only the type of artwork, the age, the genders. It's just a really great mix of what Cherokee artwork has been historically, and you can see the progression into the modern work as well.
I want to jump into the show prep a little bit because of the format this year. You've done some things that have never been done before in Cherokee with some of the artists and with some of the businesses that sell art in Cherokee. Something along the lines of shooting television commercials. So talk to us about that. What brought that about, and what can people expect to start seeing right around the time of the art market?
Sure. So one of the things that is great whenever we have our in-person events is that it brings in shoppers and brings community members out to see what the artists have to offer. And then they also usually go to other shops around the community. So a lot of the small businesses in Cherokee are able to benefit from these type of events. But whenever you do something virtual, you sort of cut off those small businesses access to foot traffic and visitors coming in from out of town. So we wanted to try to include our small business community as well. So we reached out to small businesses in the community who sort of specialize in selling local art or that do local art. We wanted to kind of give them some recognition as well. So we, throughout the art market that you'll be able to view online, you will see commercials of these businesses. And their owners all went through some training with us as well to get used to being on camera. And then we had the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Communication Department actually went out and did all the filming for these commercials. So you're going to see businesses like Bear Meets Indian Den, Quala Arts and Crafts, Traditional Hands. And then you're also going to see some businesses that kind of specialize in different types of art, like the Indigenous Spa and Boutique. They do a lot of makeup art and also eyebrow waxing. And then they sell some jewelry and some local made products as well. So we were really glad to be able to incorporate the small business community. And I think I may have missed Sosalagi, who specializes in traditional Cherokee clothing, will be featured in a commercial as well. And then Authentically Cherokee, which is an online marketplace for Eastern Band of Cherokee artists to sell their work.
That is a lot of coverage, which I think is great. If COVID has taught us anything, it's that we can buy anything these days online. You don't even have to leave home for toilet paper. So why should you have to leave home for great traditional Cherokee art? It's amazing what you are doing, you and your team, the army of people you've put together to make this happen. I think a lot of people are going to be amazed at what they see. And I appreciate you coming on and talking to us about a little bit the behind the scenes work that it's taken to make this happen, because when you see an art market, a physical market, you see the artist, you see their work, and there's been some work that was put into that, but you rarely ever think about what it took to produce the show itself. And I think the show this year is going to be amazing. I think just from what I've seen in terms of production value, in terms of access, people are going to be really thrilled at what they can buy. And it's just in time for Christmas. Again, it's December 4th through 6th. You will be able to access this. It'll be televised. You'll also be able to access it on our website, Kananesgi.com. So write that down. Is there anything else that we need to cover before we take our leave? We want to make sure that people have as much information about the art market as possible. We want to make sure that you get it on your calendar to spend some time watching the art market this year. So what else do we need to talk about, ladies, and before we wrap up?
I just want to say thank you to the artists to stepping out of their box and learning something new. I think it was, for me, it's real difficult, and so I think it might have been a little bit difficult for other artists. So I really appreciate them coming out and and talking about their work. And I also want to thank everybody else that was involved in helping make this event successful. And always Tanya and Hope, they're always great with ideas and solutions. So I really appreciate everyone involved.
Well, it's coming up fast. again, December 4th through 6th. To get more information about this event, go to kananesgi.com, the website there. The products are not actually shown on the website yet. They will be shown on the website when the show broadcasts. So you don't get a sneak peek. So you have to watch. And then you got to go to the website to buy those things. And as Tanya mentioned before, they will be shipped.
Can I plug something really quick?
So say that.
Sorry, can I plug something? You can get a sneak peek if you follow us on Instagram. We are posting some of the products that are available, some behind the scenes shots of the filming that we did a few weeks ago. So if you follow Kananesgi on Instagram, you may be able to do a little preview shopping. Sorry to interrupt.
No, excellent. So yeah, follow Instagram. Faith Long of Sequoia Fund is running that social media platform, as well as handling the Facebook and the everything else that's going on there. So yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks for that, Hope. Yeah, go get you a sneak peek, see some of the amazing items that are going to be popping up on the show and some of the things that you can buy. Start making a list, check it twice, and make sure that you jump in, because a lot of these are one-offs. It's not like you're going to buy one of 100 or 1,000 that were made. You've got to jump on it and make sure that you get it, or somebody else will. Somebody will snap it up right out from under you if you don't. So, ladies, thank you so much for being on the show today. Thanks for talking to us about this exciting art market. I'm looking forward to it. I've got it blocked out on my calendar. I know what I'm going to be doing. I know what I'm going to be watching. Forget Netflix. Forget Hulu. It's Kananesgi all day, every day. until it's all sold out. So this is it's great timing. It's a great format, and you've put together a great team of artists, technicians, people who make this happen, and it's going to be wonderful for the community. So at the end of this broadcast, we're gonna put up a little flyer. It'll be there. It'll give you some information. So if you want to take a screen cap of that, or if you want to share that with other folks, please do that. But for now, Tanya, Tara, Hope, thank you so much for being on this episode of Sequoia Fund Live.
Thank you.
Thank
Russ.
you.
Thanks.
Folks, thanks for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Sequoia Fund Live.